everyone. Welcome in Deza, welcome in Mixa, welcome in Astro. Actually, is that the one and only papaya? It sure is. It is Golly G. Hello, Echo, that is one silly bee. He's very silly. His name's Beelzebub, named after Satan himself. How dare you use my static zoom music? It's called Inspiration Astro, you dumbass. There's an extended version on YouTube, I know, but I didn't have time to download it, so I just got the short version and put it on loop on OBS. How do you assume I is taking your intro music? There's a slight difference. Exactly. So, welcome in. The short version's so short. Does it fade out? I didn't get to the end of it. I just like downloaded it and then put it on and put it on loop. Does it fade out? Oh my god, I can't hear it. That's the thing. It's on OBS only, so it's not in my ears. So I can't hear it, so whoopsie. But anyway, we're not gonna need that anymore. That's right, I just took away your music. Dumbass. Papaya would download a car. You know I would. I'd love to download a car. That would be awesome. Thank God no more music. I'm free, thank God. But yeah, today, it feels so weird because I'm only hearing silence. I don't hear anything in my headphones. Usually there's some kind of title music, but to this game there's nothing, so I had to prepare my own music and I didn't even get to hear it. So yeah, we're gonna start Ace Attorney Investigations. This is the first Ace Attorney game in a while where I'm going to be experiencing it with no spoilers again. Woo, yay! And I do want to go through what kind of car we're talking about. Well, obviously, guys, help me out. I don't know anything about cars. Obviously, one of those Ford F70 billion kajillion zillion silvers. Those ones. No, I'll spoil it. Miles Edgeworth is in it. Deza, what the banned. Yeah, but I want to go through something real quick. So, fuck, I went onto my live scene because I'm a dumbass. I'm gonna have to get used to that. So you'll see, here are the screens, obviously. Oh, thank you for deleting the message, Astro. Phew. So you'll see here is the big screen, here is the little screen. Then we have the sussy list down in the corner. I have a bunch of people, but for now, I'm gonna go over my major susses. So we'll actually, first off, we'll say my first sus is this dude. I don't remember his full name, but I remember that his first name is Jacques. Jacques, I believe. And he looks like a fuckboy, and that's the voice I'm gonna give him. I know that he shows up in the first case. Your major susses. I haven't even started the game yet, and I already have susses. So this guy, I know that he shows up in the first case, and look at him. He just looks like a first case villain, so I'm gonna assume he is. That's all that I have to go off of with him. Then, the major susses for me is first off, ignore Lang, he's there being chill as fuck. He's not sus, I love him. But to his right, there is Sheena, and I think that she's sus as fuck, because she doesn't show up in Investigations 2. That's the first reason, and the main reason why I think that she's sus as fuck. Her. I feel like she's kind of like, you know Nana from Spirit of Justice? She gives me those vibes. I feel like it's something like that. And then the other person that I think is really sus is our little boy Quirky Alba. Because he gives off so many Yanni Yogi vibes. I feel like he has to be. But also, if he only appears in Case 5, I don't think that he's the villain. If he shows up in previous cases before Case 5, he's probably the villain. But I feel like, because this game came after Apollo Justice, what he's saying is all these people are sussy baka. Exactly. This game came after Apollo Justice, so they had, like, Trials and Tribulation. So Matt on Guard was the first mastermind, and to my knowledge, the only mastermind who only shows up in one case. Like, every other, like, big mastermind from an Ace Attorney game shows up in, you know, at least one case before. The Yogi look is funny, yeah. He gives off so many Yanni Yogi vibes. So yeah, I think that's about all that I wanted to say. Let's get Jacques right on there. I'm gonna have my sus for the case, and I also have different backgrounds as I showed off last stream, depending on the case that we're on. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, so let's just get started. I'm really excited to play it. Also, my mouse will be moving like this, because I have my screens. I have this one on the left and this one on the right, so my mouse is gonna be moving like this. Ooh, we finally got some audio. Oh my god. I'm actually so excited. I'm so excited. Am I keeping everyone in suspense? In suspense? In sussy baka? Am I keeping everyone in suspicious sussy baka? Alright, let's get started. Question mark, question mark. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor. After all, I think this is me. Oh, that may be true, but why? Why go this far? I'm guessing that's the victim. Oh my god, look at the hair! That's him! Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. That is his hair. That's his hair. That's him! No matter what the cost. That's him! That's him! Oh, I fucking knew it. I knew he had to be the killer. I knew it! Look at him! I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. I fucking knew it. It had to be him. It had to be. Look at him. I also don't know the controls, so... I forgot to remind myself. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe's been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Alright, keys to move me thinks, that makes sense. Oh, I can't move yet. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe. What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Yes, I don't know if the audio is good, so please tell me. What the? Oh my god! There's a body! What's the meaning of this? Audio's great. Fantastic, thank you. Freeze! Oh, that's probably Gumshoe. Hey, Paul, freeze! Freeze, scumbag, it's the cops! Oh, never mind, that looks like a bad guy. Identify yourself. Shut up! You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Oh, damn. He shot... No! My suit! That suit was loud! Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. You don't want to get on my bad side. Oh, they just faded out of existence. My name is Miles Edgeworth. And I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Now Miles is speaking like a JoJo character. It did kind of look like a scene from from JoJo with the lighting. Sounded like it would have that one music, the ba da 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 da. I'm on the Broadway. Professor Lane vs. Phoenix Wright canon. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. This music sounds so off because of the... It's like switching, it's like lagging slightly, but also not sometimes.
Oh! Mr. Edgar, sir, are you okay, sir?
I knew it was Gumshoe.
Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away.
And this is Dick Gumshoe. Dick. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being.
You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt?
No, I'm perfectly fine. However...
Oh, look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed.
I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office.
Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we're to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Oh, is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office?
He has logic! Oh, what a lad.
I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind.
Organizer.
Ah, I'm a prosecutor. Proof of my profession, however I prefer to keep it in my pocket.
So this is the victim. Don't know him. Don't know their gender, so sorry for assuming. The victim in this case, who obviously killed in my office. Edgeworth, don't assume their gender. Homicide detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Nice. Imagine you come back from a nice vacation, someone died in your office. Yeah, that would be kinda wacky, to be perfectly honest. That would be kinda silly. So if I Google it, I could probably see Gumshoe in a maid outfit. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office.
For security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it, obviously.
What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? What the fuck is that? What? What's logic, sir? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So, how do you use it? First, I recall information through the logic button and then connect them together. The logic button.
This is like the Jode button.
Just press the Jode button and I'll be there. Now, to touch the logic button and recall the facts. Aha! Crime scene, my office. Weird. How do I... Help. Help me. Help. Do I press... I press confirm. Got it. Thank you. Connect. I now know how to use logic. I don't know why... I don't know why there was a bar there. Is Gumshoe going to, like, penalize me if I get it wrong? I don't quite get it. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. But there must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after?
Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? Don't worry, everyone struggles with logic, yeah. Facts and logic. You just got destroyed, Dick Gumshoe, by facts and logic.
You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. Sherlock Holmes, sorry, I actually got that wrong, because I'm a fucking dumbass. I have DGS brain. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow.
No maid outfit, but I found an MLP version of him. That tracks.
Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, what's happening, sir? The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button.
I wish I had a partner button.
Okay. I'll give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Zavari. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose.
I wanna press the... Where's... Okay, It is arrow keys. Oh my god. I'm so slow. I can run.
Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. It's lagging like hell though. Let me get my mouse off screen.
Oh my god, look at me go. I'm just gonna press every button. That was the first one that I tried. X, C, A. Oh, that was the partner button.
You called, sir? See ya.
So A is the partner button. S, Q.
Aha, that's logic. Got it. Well, I only have one thing, so I don't think I'll connect that. W. That is evidence. Okay. How do I examine? X. Okay.
Got it.
What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon?
Aha, I can press X to skip the text.
If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model.
Ooh.
I think. Oh, detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous.
Best gumshoe?
Now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
Does Gumshoe become a judge and slam a gavel on you? Yeah, that's if you get the logic wrong, Gumshoe's like,
I'm gonna have to penalize you, sir. If you do this again, you'll be put to death.
you can also run with X, methinks. I pressed X, but I don't know if I pressed it while walking, I don't remember. X is examine and skip text, as far as I'm aware. Here becomes Justine Courtney, exactly.
So it's the same type of It's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives.
Found the crime scene, it's the same model as those used by precinct detectives. Thanks for that. Gumshoe being smart? No way. He's just a silly guy. X is not run, I don't think.
Ouch, they've knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess.
It's either X or Z. Yeah, Z. Z is to run.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental I don't know that word, fuck, acuity much.
Sure. Oh my god, it's Ace Attorney. Hi, Chloe, welcome in. I hope you're having a great day.
They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. And Cammy.
Ooh, I have a cursor. Yes and no, but yes and also no. Yeah, this is Ace Attorney, but it's not.
Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you're away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I water the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life?
Edgeworth, he's nice, okay? You're a meanie. Is this his wallet? Let's take that.
What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
Oh, it's a police badge. So he's a detective, it seems. So that's why I'll be waiting for Quercus Alba, yeah?
It's a police badge, detective. Oh hey, I have the exact same thing actually. What a coinky-dink. Let's take a look inside.
Buddy Faith. Buddy Faith, what a name.
Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you.
So that makes sense. So the other guy, he said he was a prosecutor, right?
Jacques.
So basically this dude was like, hey, you're using some illegal tactics, and that's why he was killed. So we have a motive already, that's nice. We do, not Edgeworth, but we do. His dead body looks so funny to me for some reason. He looks so anime lying down dead.
It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you.
According to his badge ID, he was a precinct detective.
I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and—
Yeah, I know. I use logic eventually. I want to examine shit first.
Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep, and until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Yeah, I assume that's what they would do. Is this the first piece of evidence we have? Everything else is logic? I love the theme song for the logic screen. It slaps so hard. Yeah. Can we change the list to the Can we change the sussy list to the sussy Baccarat part? If it fits. Fuck. How do I change size? I have no idea. Sorry, I'm so boring, but it's gotta be the sussy list. Ooh, I figured it out! Never mind. One second, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Oh, there we go. The Wheel of Death, no! It's because I was messing with OBS, I think. Should it be? Is it good now? Never mind, we're back. Okay. Crime scene notes. Alright, cool.
Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find. I know! When I want to re-examine a piece of evidence, I have just to touch the organizer button, but the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Shush!
Fuck, enter is to save. Sure, why not? Oh, golly. What the fuck? I didn't... Right, saving does that. So, only use save states. That is what I've learned. It's X, not enter.
Let's see here. Fuck, that's the thing that I already read.
Alright, I don't think there's anything else here then. Never mind.
I don't believe it. I packed those files on these shelves so tight that not even an earthquake could make them fall off.
Portraits of words, Gumshoe.
But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. Problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation's over, we'll put them back up on the shelf.
Alright, I think that's everything. What? Is there a button for back? Z, alright. The sussy Baccarat part is amazing, yeah. Saving is weird in the DS version. Yep, I've now learned only save states. Oh fuck, it's lagging, Gumshoe.
Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. That killer is going to pay. This tea set. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart, and can only be bought in England.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks.
My prosecutor's trophy.
Oh, it's your trophy. The, Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. Well, that's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of near-world Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai, along with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it presence. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabbit fanboy? Well, of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation.
So many 1.5 references in this room. Yeah, it's almost like this room was made in 1.5. It's so epic. Edgeworth has all his priorities set up, yeah.
I want to examine shit. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? Batch, sorry. Batch, I was trying to sound too posh. Once they come with their card attached every month like clockwork for you. Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All be resolved. Oh, like the greatest attorney too, Wendy.
Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns.
Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalked?
That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Ugh. So they just casually mentioned that she is stalking him. Well, it's just a silly joke, guys. It's just a silly joke. So funny and wacky. So goofy and silly.
How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit in it too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. I want to examine his suit.
Your suit is loud! Oh, I can't look at my suit.
Hope Holdback died after the 7-year gap. Really hope so.
Do you have anything to report?
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes.
Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. I've looked around at everything except your desk. But there's nothing there. It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you.
It's so tiny that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh, yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you have had no other work the entire time I was away, detective.
My job's to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit, the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Edgeworth, you're so rude. What's the quick button for organizer again? That is the partner button.
You called, sir?
No, fuck off.
Back off! I don't want to talk, detective. I pressed the same button, detective.
Well, we're doing logic now. The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle. So, the victim was a detective, and the killer's goal. Connect. Yes. Fuck. Connect. What? The pieces don't fit together quite right. What does that mean? What? What was the killer after and the victim was a detective? How does that not add up? Alright, well, I guess these two are probably what add up.
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed?
I guess it's a first case. It's not gonna be too deep. Oh, well.
Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Discovered in my office.
Let's see what else. Oh my god, the gun's pointing at my face!
Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say,
you've got to look really careful at each piece of evidence.
Oh my god.
You can use the scroll wheel to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use the slide bar and the X and Y arrows to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty.
So I slide with A and S. And I have no idea how to move it. I can just use my mouse. Oh, this is gonna be so awkward. Yeah, examining evidence, yeah.
It looks like only one round was fired from this. Whoa, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him.
That's not right, there's only one fired. But he shot at the... Unless that was a different gun, he shot at the... thingy.
Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
No. This isn't the murder weapon. That's my guess, this isn't the murder weapon. He picked this up from his body afterwards and shot at the, thing. I think, right? Only one shot was fired, but he shot one at the... suit.
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to what?
Jim! Oh, it's him!
Jim, why, oh why, how could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright?
Don't touch me, leave me alone, just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that.
I need him to show up big, then I'll give him the voice that I know, because I need to see his face to do it.
The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
Alright. Well... I'll try the voice, I'll try. So, in my mind, I have to explain this first. The sussy baka, oh my god! So, in my mind, this guy sounds like a fuckboy. The first moment that I saw him, I came up with his voice. Hey girl, the body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. His name was Buddy Faith, get it right.
Sure. Just in a bloodstained suit, pal.
Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes I am. I'm Jack Portman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth. Like you, I'm also a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office? Sportsman? That's his name? Jacques... Oh, it's Jacques. Jacques Sportsman? Oh my god. I thought the S was silent. He's Jacques Sportsman. Jacques Sportsman. Jacques Imposter Portsman, yep. He's gotta... I mean, we already... No, we saw that he's the killer. We saw him kill that guy. I was about to say he's gotta be the killer. I forgot that we have seen him. So you're Miles Edgeworth? I guess this is your office.
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim.
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
Well, not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Partner? Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay?
Oh, don't say that.
So the only one who could get in here was me. Oh, wait. That means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then. Oh, you're Jim's killer.
No way, pal, you've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct?
Now that I know that pun, that's fucking...
If you're a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you.
You guys were conducting an investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Oh no, not Gumshoe. Gumshoe's the killer, no! Gumshoe's so silly in this game, he's such a silly goose. Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then, it's your room after all.
Thank you, I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there.
Sir.
I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I love how flamboyant your Portsman voice is. He looks like a fuckboy.
I should probably give them some space.
His name wasn't Jim. It's just gonna be easier to use my mouse, I think. His name is Buddy Fate. Jacques Portsman.
Hi, prosecutor with this prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking with him.
Any more logic right now? The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? I don't think those are connected, but could be. Who the fuck is Jim? Exactly! This is not Jim! That isn't- oh wait, I can check my suit now.
I hope we can solve this. What the fuck? I want to look at my suit. It's a vital piece of evidence. It was shot at. Okay, there we go. Oh, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
It narrowly avoided. Phew.
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. What if they'd shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Oh, like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really?
I'm glad that's an instant like, hey, this is a contradiction, because I was starting to get a little bit pissed. Starting to get a little angry. What an actor. Who the fuck is Jim? That is Buddy Fate. It was shot quick, get a tailor. We need a tailor.
Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. That man. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence, or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play, like Sherlock Holmes. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction.
The gunshot, obviously.
This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that is off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction.
That's S.
Who is that man? And when I have found sufficient proof, to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things.
Fuck.
Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right. However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of the 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
Yeah, this one was from the detective. This bullet shot was shot from Jacques with the detective's gun.
By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when'd you put this thing in? It wasn't something I'd installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it. Let's talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Urethra!
Secret safe.
Discovered in my office. It was discovered by me in my office. I just discovered this thing. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Is he gonna keep saying that line? Fuck, I pressed back because I'm a fucking moron.
I won't rest, but for real this time. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah, it looks like it's been wiped. Yep, it'll say it every time in both AI games. Oh my goodness. It says that line every time you investigate something, and I'm gonna make the joke every time.
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Random scientist.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. There's this one bit that I think is so funny. It was during my Furia Tigre breakdown, and it's such a random thing, but I found it so funny. After the lights go out, there's this one line from a bailiff where it's like, oh, I think the lights went out, or something like that. And I read it in the judge's voice at first, and then I read it in a different, slightly less judgy voice, and I went, random bailiff. And for some reason that always gets me. Just hearing random bailiff. it just really gets me. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Got it, so someone looked in here at least, even if there's nothing in here.
As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have.
So now we know the thing for what the killer was here for.
What was the killer after? I believe I've figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime.
Let me do a save state. How do I do that again? Here it is.
Oops, I backed out. I don't actually want to do any logic.
Now I know where Edgeworth hides his candy. You know it.
There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even in a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why not? Let's go.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps a tidy file, okay? Done.
Ew.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Oh, the bloodstains on that bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
Why'd you become a detective, sir?
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
Well, this handprint, for starters. Unless... Yeah, sitting position, yeah. Quite a lot of handprints, certainly is. Is that book shot? It certainly appears so.
It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why they see the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion.
But wait, so these files... This looks like where the victim was shot, so were these like... up here or something? This doesn't make sense. Because these files have like blood spread over them, so that would indicate that the bullet went straight through them into these files.
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? But the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
But why is the bullet down here?
The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood in this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. I put them all back, just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for.
Clearly this man has 4 hands, exactly.
The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when unable to stay standing that he dropped to the floor. Put them all back just as they should be. Appears that the victim was in a sitting position. Oh, I already said this. I don't understand though why the bullet is so...
Hi there, Super Mew 95. Welcome in. I pronounce you as I wanna make a "Are you winning, son" joke. I just the pronouns. I almost said profiles. Is this it? I'm gonna do a save state again. Oopsie. I save stated as. I don't want to do that. I just want to save state. Present.
Eureka! There is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot.
Are you an instant daughter person or of interest / Obi-Wan Kenobi? I think so. So far, Gumshoe's being chill. Edgeworth's being kind of mean, but that's fine. We love him.
Which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... Oh wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position?
The order of the files was my assumption.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on these files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0. What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it! I saw you have a Tumblr. Oh! Is that feel like I remember you. I think I am following you, if I remember correctly. Aha, so that's it. I just don't go on Tumblr very often, like, at all.
I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. You think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? I finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it...
Wait, something's written. S-O-E? Oh, maybe that's... I don't know.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith.
Oh, it's you. Hi, hi, welcome in.
Well, then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. I knew that I recognized you from somewhere, but now I know exactly where, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files for one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why?
I thought that said Joe for some reason. Joe Mama is the killer. Oh my god!
Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. This.
So there is a file missing.
What is that?
Does that say Gumshoe? He was trying to frame Gumshoe.
Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after?
Why does it say Gumshoe though? Because didn't Portsman, he didn't... Oh, yo, I got rejuvenated. Oh god, it was Gumshoe. Well, we found the culprit. He's fucking fuming. He's pissed. But, didn't, what am I saying? Portsman said it was Edgeworth. So unless he did know that Gumshoe had the keys, and that's why he was trying to frame him. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
His name isn't Jim, you bitch. If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it. Damn, this music.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. That didn't work, sir. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
I actually love the way this tutorial's done, to be honest. I love this.
Maybe some other time. Sorry, Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Portsman, if you're ready. Oh, if you don't have time, you can just say so, sir.
I'll figure it out. I don't need the tutorial. I'm sure that's gonna be pretty much the same as regular Ace Attorney. Seriously, who is Jim? Yeah, I don't... is this like a nickname, or is he just pretending that he knows this guy? Just coming up with a fake name like, this'll work, Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you'd committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it'll be by his final words that he'll be brought to justice.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer.
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest.
Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Rebuttal. Wait, don't do that. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead.
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
What is it?
Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith?
Isn't it obvious? Jim's the perfect name for my companion. Jax and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jam?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jax and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. I love this guy.
He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Like I do with Gumshoe.
Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you'd committed theft instead.
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that?
That's true. Okay then, maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe our salary's been cut so much that life's getting a little too rough to handle. Why do you know so much about me and Gumshoe's relationship, bruh?
I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, Bo. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you are paired up with. And what a motive, no? And that's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway, this is turning into Madame Guard's voice, so I have to do my little fuckboy laugh. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Well, that's when there's a file missing, so he has to have noticed.
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
Oh, who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Oh, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
I couldn't ask for a better setup. For the game-finishing spike. Get it? I like sports, man. And it'll be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice.
I was saying that those letters were intended for you.
Yup, Jim was an outstanding detective. I'd expect no less from my former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He's yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic's perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him with some evidence.
Alright. Unless... Wait, I don't... Yeah, this is the first one, okay. Let me save state. Because I know the thing, but I don't know if I have the right evidence. So it's... You didn't notice the bloody letters, and then I present, because... One of the files was stolen.
Objection! Objection! Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic.
Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. Get it? I like sports, man.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me?
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it.
If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible.
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case, when the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
Oh damn, he has an objection voice line. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder.
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only one half on each. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood over other files, especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Oh my god, he's fucking mortified.
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna go get him, sir! You'll see I'm gonna have to have him under arrest in no time! Well, Mr. Portsman?
Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
Nah, you win some and you lose some. That's how life goes.
I'm glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But, you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However... Olympic gold. Yeah, he likes sports, man.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me! But Mr. Edgar just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
Oh, damn! He puts on his jacket? That's fucking... He looks so cool. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence.
And why do I sense that you still have something to say?
Well, I was thinking, did you know there's one other person with a key to this office? Oh my god. God, this guy. Yeah. Oh my god, his jacket. Stop with your jacket, sir. It looks so cool. I love him.
One other person?
Hey, you there.
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady? A female? I don't like females. I don't like them.
The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Think of her as a material girl.
So security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't. What's wrong with him all of a sudden?
I believe she needs no introduction. I've called upon Ms. Maggie? Wait, Maggie's in this game? Wait. Oh, I see. He's trying to, oh, how do you know so much about Dick Gumshoe's life, my dear fella? Oh my god, Maggie's in this game? He just keeps taking it off and putting it back on. Yeah, you know, he can't decide if it's cold or not. I've called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Oh, Maggie! Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What?
If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right! I refuse to believe that Mike's the culprit, pal! It was me! That's right, I did it!
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal! So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
I love my jacket. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. Where'd my jacket go? What the fuck? Where'd it go? Where'd Gumshoe put it? Why'd you shoot at my jacket? You must know, as a man who loves jackets. I love this sound effect. As a man who loves jackets, he must know how valuable a jacket is. I'm wearing a jacket right now. I wear this blue jacket literally every day. No one on stream can see it.
but this is a fact. I genuinely wear a blue jacket every single day. Like, every single day. I have it on right now. You must know how important jackets are, my dear fellow. Why'd you shoot at mine? That girl's the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want on your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus, but that might be what you get. Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked that dying message. Is his first name supposed to be Jacket? Jacket Sportsman? Is that it? Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god, I don't blame you, but I don't believe you. If you say so. I don't know why I'd make that up that I wear the same blue jacket every single day. But, okay, you don't have to believe me, I guess.
So you're saying she used the master key?
The very few pictures I have of my hands, you can usually see part of the blue sleeve. Because it's too big on me, so it usually covers most of my hand as well. Rolling up my sleeves now.
Master key? I see.
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? It's actually about time I should wash this jacket. I think I've had it on for like probably a week at this point. Definitely need to put this in the wash. This has been a good reminder. Thank you, Jacket Sportsman. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. Wait, this dude's an athlete? I never could have guessed.
I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him.
Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious what that Miss Bird snuck into your... This text is kind of hard to read, to be honest, with this background. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key.
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I would hear what she has to say, Bo.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. I don't want this dude to be the prosecutor prosecuting me for case.
Should I hear Miss Bird out? Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I'll be the judge of that, even though I'm the prosecutor, get it? Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir.
What do you mean by missing?
Ooh, look at her. As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security room, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. Objection! If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. So, this dude planned to frame 2 people? Gumshoe and Maggie? He was planning to frame both of them? Like, bro. Jesus. Huh, a likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yo, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad our luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, Bud. You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft?
I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Her intent? From the messed up shelves to the wiped-down safe, I'd say thievery.
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However,
Glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me.
with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe,
Hey, good thinking asking for my opinion on the matter.
would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence?
We just don't finish. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe is the one who opened the door...
I'm going to press you before you finished your sentence. This is my ultimate revenge. I thought we'd established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly.
It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning.
If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first?
Now, don't make that face, see? There goes the truth, running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it, like sports.
I don't think you're catching my drift.
But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say... that Senchi's the only one who could have opened your office door. Typo, by the way. Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. Fuck. I tried some hotkeys, but it didn't work. Fuck. Fuck.
Hold it!
There we go, it's Q. I don't know why there was a button that said hold it.
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions?
Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else.
I'll have you know, I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating?
He would play Raid Shadow Legends, he would. Today's stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. They feature like sports, I think. That's what they told me, and jackets. Those are my two interests. Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. Okay. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she?
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah. I don't fucking know. I was gonna say something funny. Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us.
Really? Among us? I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
We're holding our collective breath, you know? For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the forest.
Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Oh, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
He would man pink. I know Red Shadow Legends, yep. He would man pink. Making it all that more improbable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters? Those bloody letters! That spell out Gumshoe.
I'm talking about Among Us? Oh, he would man pink, yeah. I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence! I would love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. And press him for more information.
Yeah, this is the first statement. Gonna save state, So what evidence do we have? Is it as simple as just...
I must object to your line of logic!
Then which part do you have an objection to? Miss Bird snuck into your room using the fuck. Fuck.
I show him his bird is. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my fucking god. Oh, this is. Oh no, why did I can save. I have a save state.
I rarely doubt that it's just this.
There's a large flaw in your logic.
Oh! Only the prosecutors know about them. Where? Right down safe. No! Oh, phew. I pressed click, but it didn't register. Oh, phew. Oh, I clicked press, but it didn't register, thank god. Or else I would have had to load again. Ugh.
Do you wish to continue insisting that Ms. Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway.
That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that this safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors.
Ugh!
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan.
But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah!
Oh, he's biting his metal.
Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe file. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer's a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion. That is definitely looking more and more probable.
Ugh.
What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I'd only just told him too. Oh, obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. Oh, I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief.
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Ms. Maggie Bird?
Excuse me?
Huh.
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she'd stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Well, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have had a key to this office.
Which is precisely why I had to steal it, wouldn't you say?
Oh, damn, look at his face. Look at his little face.
It was Jim who stole the master key.
Ah!
Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless you retrieved it from Jim after he killed him.
Mr. Portsman, how you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense.
Has he no honor?
Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation awaits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
You can kick us out. This is Mr. Edger's office.
But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir... We've no choice but to accommodate his request. For now.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear?
To be continued, oh my god. To be continued. I'm not going to save. I will save, but I won't save. I'm going to save. Sure, I'll save, actually. Why not? I'll save double. Double save.
Oh, nice. It doesn't kick me out. I guess because, it's a to be continued. That's nice. I have a chocolate orange, by the way. Again, like usual. I'm not eating it yet, but I'm just opening it for when I do eat it. Outside, let's go!
What is it with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
True. So then what now?
Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch.
Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well.
Why is it that every single time that Maggie is in a case, she's the fucking defendant? Why is she always accused of murdering someone? Maggie, please.
There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door.
Yep, she's so sussy. She's always sussy.
Oh, I'm going to run away! Oh, I don't like this! I want to leave! Ooh, a ball. What is a basketball doing here? That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway.
What are you talking about? There's a basketball hoop right here. Duh. I keep pressing shift to run. Winston Payne!
It looks like
you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste.
Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again?
Maggie the prime suspect even get better at getting accused of murder than Gumshoe, yeah.
What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers bring it up here recently.
Kinda love that they had Payne just on the side in this, and AI2 to be like, yeah, he's still the first prosecutor, but like you're not going against him, but he's here. Yeah, I love that. Sure, no one likes Payne, but a little cameo is silly. Yeah. Payne isn't that bad, right? I think Payne is one of the best out of all of the Paynes, right? He was kind of... I don't remember anything wrong with him. Maybe he was a bit creepy to Dahlia. Yeah, he probably was, but... honestly, he is, yeah. Yeah, Winston is a great Payne, we love him. Way better than Ouchie, for sure. And I don't really remember gasping too much.
Do you like it? I heard that it wouldn't have been the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor. A great Payne, yeah. Yeah, he's a great Payne, he is, ugh.
Is everything alright?
Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning, and I'm finally at 154 pounds. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room.
Oh, everything is okay, sir. I don't know how much 154 pounds is, or whatever he said. I was just saying congratulations because it sounded like he was proud of it.
A word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. What was that supposed to mean? This office. 1203. 1203. Hey Maggie, whose room is this again?
It's Mr. Portsman, sir.
Haha, 154 pounds is 69 kilograms. Nice! That's epic. Don't round it up though, because then it'd be 70. 69.8532, that's epic. Why do you just know that, Astro? What the heck? Why do you know that?
So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he's moved in while I was away overseas.
What was said? I'm not paying attention.
This office. Combo 3, hey Maggie, whose room is this again?
Oh, it's Mr. Portsman's. Ooh, okay. I'm glad that I re-examined that, because I just don't pay attention sometimes.
Oh, I would expect until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh, I'm gonna say that every single time. Huh?
It's... Oh, the missing file! Okay, so he only stole it to make it seem like theft. It's not theft. I looked it up, Google. Google isn't real. So he just took the file to make it seem like theft. But then he didn't want it, he didn't need it, he just took the file to make it seem like theft.
Oh, isn't this that missing zero series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing.
Oh no, he did steal it.
Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these zero files about, sir?
If Google isn't real, then Ace Attorney isn't real. That's not true. Ace Attorney isn't on Google, it's on Ace Attorney.
I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Oh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. Manfred von Karma! I don't know. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. Well, that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing. That case? I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
Did he just steal it to make it seem like it was theft, but it actually wasn't?
Well crafted. Oh, I bit my, lip. It was really weird, but I bit my lip, not my tongue, my lip. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know. You would sleep even out here, detective. In a hallway.
Hey, shut up. Sometimes a man's gotta sleep. I know the feeling. You just gotta sleep sometimes. I slept in school. I slept sat up, with my head on my desk. It was uncomfy, but I slept.
Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime, to envision myself winning naturally.
I don't remember all the buttons, so occasionally I'm gonna use my mouse. Alright, let's get some logic going, maybe. Do we have any new logic things? Files in disarray. Nope.
By my predecessor.
Oh, Maggie's here now. Damn, she knew her from when she was an officer. She now works as nighttime security.
Is there something I'm missing? I don't quite get it.
Can we go in his room?
This office.
I wanna go in his room. Unless I can go back.
I won't rest until I've What? There's more? Okay. Oh no, I just have to look at my door. 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir.
The murder happened in his own office. Is that it? The murder happened in Jacques' office. And he slid the number plates off.
They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know? Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of...
This isn't Edgeworth's office. He took all of Edgeworth's stuff and put it there, but it's not Edgeworth's office.
A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force. It's almost majestic, sir. I wish it could be as stately as this door. Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire.
And move the whole basketball hoop. Yeah, move the whole basketball hoop and a number plate. Jesus.
I see, so you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone. Right. That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Why, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind.
It was replaced. It's not my door. You replaced the number plates. Maybe I talked to Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit
Oh, she has a hat. She has a hat. And the blue badger.
I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case.
I've always been a huge big, I can't fucking speak because I'm focused on something else. Let me just do this real quick. Just putting on stream mode on my computer so that, Discord messages don't pop up, on my chat. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream where I'm being cross-examined by V. Miles Edgeworth.
I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my nose to her through the present button. Fuck! The victim. Have you ever met the victim before?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman. Sir?
That sounds like fun. Just once I'd love to play with them.
Yeah, it sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. Miss Maggie Wisely always got blamed for a murder you were nowhere near. Yeah, what the heck? All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him by the ball, sir.
On second thought, I don't think I'd fit in all that well with them. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you're an acquaintance of the detective. She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder, and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night.
You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct?
Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know, and just when I thought I'd finally found my happiness, I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck.
You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird. Nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. This fucking girl needs a hug, yeah. Q, X, Z, A, W, S.
So when did you discover that the master key was missing?
By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir.
Why such an important key stored in such an insecure place?
Ah, it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window.
Always, you say? Except for this time, correct?
Well, I admit that was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I'd used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge.
She used the master key. Master hand! And crazy hand! I wonder... There was something about cross-examination, wasn't there?
I'm just a lowly security guard, so... I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to guard it.
Ah, it's like talking to another gumshoe.
Let's just present a few things, I guess. Look, I can skip it once I've read it once. Well, I guess that's all that we needed, just the logic piece.
I'm the prosecutor.
That's a prosecutor's badge, isn't it? It proves that you're really a prosecutor.
Interesting. Despite all appearances, she seems to know more than Gumshoe.
With that badge, even I could be a professional prosecutor. Sir, may I please try that on, just for a little bit?
I don't think that would be a very good idea, do you?
I guess not.
On second thought, they're actually on the same level.
They're perfect for each other. Ooh, use the master key.
What did you mean by you use the master key?
Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. Oh, she puts on a hat.
And she salutes. Oh, she's lovely.
I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah,
What is it?
that's right. I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir.
What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird. Quickly. Whoopsie, I pressed the fuck. Hey, can you remind me? I don't actually remember what you meant by this.
I'm opening my chocolate orange. So note to self, when I have asked a question, it puts me straight at the top. It does not leave me where I was. Whoopsies, I pressed the fuck. Listen, I pressed the fuck, okay? Whoopsies. To be honest, I used mouse the whole time when playing AI1. Yeah, I probably will use it a lot. I'll probably use it interchangeably.
It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir.
And that's when you loaned the master key to him.
No way. It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone.
Ooh, look at them! Oh my god, they look so fancy. Oh, AI too, yeah. Amber, welcome in! Do we just wanted to stop by and say that? Welcome in, Amber. Is the command Amber or potato? Put her potato. Amber then? Welcome in, Amber. I hope you're having a great time.
I welcomed Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir.
I see. And then, whatever after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home.
Oh my god, he switched. No, this did happen in Edward's office, but that's how he got in. He switched the number plate. He was like, hey, this is my office. 1203. This is my office. And then that's how he got in. Oh my god, that makes so much more sense. I was like, that would make sense if this is his office and he like moved everything, and this makes a lot more sense.
Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think.
So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
This key was used to unlock and lock Mr. Portsman's office. Back to Valorant suffering. Someone help it, it's an addiction. Imagine playing Valorant, yeah, imagine.
Talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door.
Alright, we get to examine now. Fuck, how do I... Z.
I want to examine the door! I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Basketball.
I can actually examine it.
It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop. I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a big point when Maggie's like, I don't remember a basketball hoop, and then it's like,
oh my god, it was the wrong office!
as if I can't just piece that together myself.
I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office, and yet you still managed? What the fuck? That's a little fly, a little guy, a little fellow. He was so tiny and little. How long have I had the same office, and yet you still managed to get lost? Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office.
Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir.
So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202?
I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd.
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Ugh, why am I even wasting my time thinking about this? The door's locked tight. I bet your credit card trick wouldn't work here, Mr. Edgeworth. This is the office of a high prosecutor detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Oh, so I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? A minimalist, yet classy door made of top quality wood. Kind of majestic too, fits really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense, a man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified.
What did we get from that? Did we get logic?
Let me look through my logic again. I have 4 things.
I'm guessing that I have to connect these.
Oh fuck, the master key was used. And it was stolen! Oh my god! Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story.
What? No way, pal. I mean, sir.
You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 AM, correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time.
Wow. Nothing gets by you, Miss Redworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgot all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing.
And?
Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir.
You pretended?
Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir.
So in actuality, you never did relock the door then?
Wait, the basketball hoop is there. Fuck. I clicked off.
Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
I see. So then we're gonna try the... Wait, we already tried the door. Let's examine again, because it's locked tightly. It's locked tightly. It's locked tightly.
Eureka! There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Did he move the basketball hoop?
Oh, you're right. Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means... What, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that?
Shut up with your interesting theory, Astra, as if I'm not debunking this entire case.
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these.
Prints on the number plate.
The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all that we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like, well, for example, and such as...
Well, it is the number plate.
Well, we know for sure that Detective Gumshoe's dinner will only consist of instant noodles. Whoa, that was amazing, sir. How'd you know?
Was that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Miss Redworth?
Yes, that's it. Now then, we should get back to doing what we need to do, and that is... we need to examine these. Prints on the master key. If we examine the fingerprints on the master key... well, if that's what you want to examine, sir, that was the very first thing we did. I can tell you that we didn't find any prints other than Maggie's. Oh, I'm fucking a bitch. I'm not fucking a bitch. I am a bitch. I'm a bitch. Prints on the doorknob, fine. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Oh, oh, oh. Let me eat chocolate orange because I keep getting caught in my throat. Chocolate orange and some water. Goes down well. The prince on the doorknob would tell us everything. Hey you! Yeah you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what'd you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril-flaring, detective.
Sir, I found only Mr. Portsman's and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob.
So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. Oh, I'm lost, sir. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this doorknob? Maggie! Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean... Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What have we here?
Ooh, something's under the door.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
I want to look at the basketball, though.
Is this basketball property of Mr. Portsman? Yes.
Yes, sir. He is always ready for a match.
Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter what sport it is, he's game. Although I think it'd be a little hard to play tennis with this ball. Oh. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, detective. You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. But, Mr. Portsman, someone should teach him to clean his toys up after he's done playing. I think we've reached the end of this conversation. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
I brought the 3 pieces of evidence, Spy, just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. Buddy.
It looks like a note from the victim. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
He's gay, Moloch, he's gay. He is gay. But also at the same time, he's a... Can a gay fuckboy exist? I've never heard of such a thing.
I suppose that's all, isn't it? I'm running away! Oh! I'm using logic. Nope, never mind, it's still these 2. I'm looking through my organizer. Prints were not found on the doorknob, found under the door.
Brought the 3 pieces of evidence by just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. He's out. What does that tell us? Okay, that's still about everything that we already know. Good for him. He is out. Good for him.
Oh my god, I can examine anything? That is... Oh, that makes me very sad. Oh, I don't want to examine everything like DGS. Oh fuck, I might need to examine some shit. Oh no. Luckily, some of this is just pictures. Already checked that?
And then this is just gonna be the body, yeah. Alright, phew.
Ooh, but I can check my prosecutor's badge. It is proof of my profession.
Get your apologist to sing on, oh golly. I'm guessing that's something with Mr. Portsman's office. We need to, guessing it has to be this. What was the button again? That's not right. How do I do that thing again? Where I get 2 pieces of evidence together? Logic, is that it? No, logic. I mean, like, where you present something to be like, hey, this is wrong.
Unless it's just not a thing. Deduction, yeah, deduction.
I can't figure it out. It never hurts to take another look. That makes me think that it is not here.
You can only do deductions when they'll let you, okay.
Here it still says every suspicious nook and cranny. That is confusing. Wait a minute, I get it. I never saw that, but there's a spot. It's clearly been moved, as if I didn't already know that. What's this? What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game? That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off. Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. He doesn't flip the funk on a nasty dunk, or whatever Maya said in that one case randomly for no reason. There he is, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I missed it. Oh, golly. Poking around in this hallway's actually paid off quite handsomely. Oh, how so, sir? In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat. With the real culprit of this case.
You know who the killer is. Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind... Get it? Do you get it? Mastermind! Ha! I'm the coolest! The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me to. I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Maggie of being the killer, so... That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on Truth's door.
Mastermind? Edgeworth, you're like a month early, you haven't experienced AI too yet, yeah.
Rolling up my sleeves, getting ready to fight this bitch.
So you better have a good breakdown. This is gonna set the precedent for breakdowns in this game.
Mr. Portsman, I have finished processing the bloody letter, sir. Alright, that was my voice.
Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Oh damn! He doesn't flip the funk on a nasty dunk. Okay, looking good. You there, take good care of this.
Whoa! Big Gumshoe!
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
And a line for you, Portsman. We've got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jax Portman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. I wear a mask with a smile for hours at a time, stare at the ceiling while I hold back what's on my mind. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine.
Who'd have ever thought it would come to this? I wear a mask with a smile. Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? The legendary prosecutor never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know?
Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. And I certainly know about digging into holes deeply. Either way, your game is up.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you've yet to prove anything? Lol, let's bring up your trauma with Mr. Karma, lol. Wouldn't that be funny, lol? Sportsman, yeah. I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but... Albert, there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Sorry, but we're not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something.
I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on, with evidence. And when they ask me how I'm doing, I say I'm just fine.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but
My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it?
you tell me. I'd say it is. After all, there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit.
Oh, and what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here?
Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him.
And? That's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain.
But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree?
Might I recommend that you review the word evidence means?
It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. I so fancy I love this guy. Besides, how may I ask you proposing unlocked your door and got in here? I'm guessing that's where I present it. I don't know what I present. It's either his door, the basketball hoop, or the master key or something.
Unfortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier.
Your speculations mean nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room. I guess it's just the master key.
What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? I will. I'm a very brave boy. You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth?
I knew you'd love him. He's a very Ayaka dramatic dude. He is. I love him. Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot.
Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door.
I wonder what this could be. Everything here and there's one key. I wonder what this could be.
I believe you're able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection! Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You're able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
I get it's the first case, but come on.
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know?
But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it?
What? You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir. See, Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you'd misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted?
And how do you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. What was it that Mr. Portsman used making Miss Bird think it was his room? Basketball!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building, which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
Ah! That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop has been moved. To sit it in front of my office, to be sure.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture's a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. Well, I already just found the contradiction, dumbass.
So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
Only 3 stamens, too. I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket! And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here. Get it? It's metaphorical. I'm going to press you, though. Even though I knew the answer, you dumbass.
Now you're just spouting nonsense.
Am I?
I love doing Edgewood's voice.
Nonsense, you say?
Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. These statements are so short. I had the girl open my office door. Wait, were that 4 statements? I swore that was the second one, but I guess...
Losing the master key, of course.
Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key's for, right?
Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you.
After that, I was in my room the entire time. Show you what, buddy. We know for a fact that you certainly were.
And what were you doing in your office?
I was doing my usual training regiment.
Training regiment? Were you going through your law books from start to finish?
Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance.
Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. With the weakest legal muscles, it would seem.
Puts the key in a hamster maze. Ham reference. That'd be a horse maze though, wouldn't it? I was doing my usual workout, so... You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Hold it! I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection! I love his objection voice line. But none of those would stand up on their own.
Then what about all the evidence?
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. His objection voice line sounds Australian. Objection!
He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony.
Yeah. Third statement. I was in my room the entire time. When I was a young boy. What?
That was a lie.
What are you talking about? How is that a lie?
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
A note?
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then where were you, and what were you doing?
Ah!
Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy... Oh, here it is! Oh, fuck yes, we got the fucking music! You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me.
Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence.
No way!
This is proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you.
I know what this is, but I don't remember. Prints were not found in the novel.
I had your door dusted for prints.
My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
Her prints? What do they have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way, if she really was the one who opened your door, then her print should naturally be on the doorknob she touched.
Ugh!
Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office. And just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What?
Miss Redruth just explained it all, and even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I've wiped that knob down well. I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I'm a little OCD sometimes. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made it up just now, didn't you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example?
Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
You're lagging, so L plus ratio. But you can't prove that, can you?
Say something, Miss Redworth. Back me up here, sir.
Ugh, Waltzman makes a good point. I can't prove that he simply didn't overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only realized that I had one just now as we were talking. Guess it would have been better for all of us if I'd told you sooner.
Portsman's alibi!
If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like, you'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check on his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m.
You see?
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere.
If memory serves, you came back to the office at around 2 a.m., correct? Fuck. Was it W? Fuck. Was it Q? S? Q. Q. It was Q.
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time.
I remember checking my watch then, and making no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit.
It is as you say. However...
Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection! Oh, come now. That wasn't Australian. I'm not even gonna try anymore. Shrimp on a barbie? Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs.
So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit?
Yup, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you around that time.
See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ice I had up my sleeve.
Ugh, ex-attorney! Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi.
What's wrong? Why the sudden look on your face?
Can't you say anything back, Miss Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe.
Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn the situation around. If I only had a clue, did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi?
Then Trudeau I met could not have been Portsman. Then who could it have been?
I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic.
Did we... wait. Were we here before the murder? And the person Was Buddy? Cause I mean, looking through the profiles, it's not Gumshoe or Maggie who held me at gunpoint, and it's not Portsman. Astro, stop with the smile. Shut up. There's literally one single person. But I thought he was a buddy.
I need to calmly think this through once more time with logic. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that merely robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun, and then killed him with it. And once again after the murder by our second culprit, who is the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back...
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case.
Great, so you've finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
Huh, what do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in their facts? Why am I talking so slow, sir? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. Oh, what do you mean 2? It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice, and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this will be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, which would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do.
But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there.
Because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another?
Visitor, sir. Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen Zerothal, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
Wait. 10 years ago. We're not gonna figure out the thief today. The thief is gonna be someone that we uncover in like the last case, because 10 years ago I'm guessing that's gonna be case 4. It's gonna be a flashback there.
So the shop's getting messed up twice in 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Fate's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
What's so funny, Paul?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It's Miss Redworth after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial.
Oh,
Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right. Also, I've just now looked and it's 2:21. It's been 2 hours. Damn. We might start case 2, but also that's wild. This game long. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right. It would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument, for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor? Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
sure, Mr. Redworth. You can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie, I'll do something if I must.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? Damn the music! We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course, now isn't the time to be wasting time in dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we?
Ugh!
I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime.
Actually, we might not start case 2. My throat's kind of a little bit fucked. So it might not be the smartest idea.
I just have to find a way to prove it.
AI music slaps, yeah. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say?
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
Oh, why not?
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Fate's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the Zero files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were set up, and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves?
Ugh! Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby.
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby.
Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after.
Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room.
But according to Mr. Fate's note...
Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before he was murdered?
I don't have any, no.
You see, so I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs.
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith?
That's because he said he was tired and was gonna take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
And what of the evidence he brought?
They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant.
Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks.
I see. He brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant, that are related to yesterday's case.
A gun and a pendant.
Yeah, this gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belongs to the victim.
And why were you taking them to Criminal Affairs?
It was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two to. But all this has nothing to do with the case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction.
This is all matching up with what Detective Gumshoe found out.
So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
I can't expect you to know, can I?
Nope, but I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions.
Oh, then let's see you deduce.
Look at his face. Jim waited for me to leave and then stole the master key. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. And that's when Ms. Bird caught him red-handed, and the murder occurred. It's all exactly as I'd laid out earlier.
I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it.
I actually don't know this one. I think this is like the first time I've been like, not stuck, but just not knowing what to do immediately. As soon as it becomes obvious. He obviously said something about gun independent. So that really is like a blob or an anime man or like just some guy. Mr. Buddy Pet's art styles are hilarious. It's just this little guy. Oh, 3 pieces. I remember now, it said 3 pieces, I didn't remember that.
Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail.
Excuse me?
You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, here's a piece I think you should read, carefully.
It says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Lying coldly. Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe. You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
What? Don't come any closer, I'm warning you.
This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me.
No!
Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir.
Ew.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail, for the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Oh fuck, I have to scroll and I don't know how. Oh fuck. Fuck. Oh, blood. Blood. Oh, blood's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Bates' blood?
No, you've got it all wrong.
No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth.
Ugh.
You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video?
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that.
Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints.
Ugh.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
No, impossible. Oh fuck, he's dead. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was oh my god. Oh, he swallowed his medal. Oh, that was so silly.
Mr. Portsman's been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
We killed a man, let's Joe.
Thank you so very much, Miss Redworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
It was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through. I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from the goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization's involved behind the scenes. A smuggling ring, maybe? Oh? Well, well. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Oh, then Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy. I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. Let me save state. Oh, it's the...
Take that!
safe, obviously. Sir, I don't think there's any mystery left to that piece. What? Never mind! Fuck! I thought it was. We didn't even think about the safe, right? I guess it's this. Yeah, that makes sense. The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint?
Mr. Edward, sir.
Yes?
I came across this while I was processing your office order, sir.
Oh, I know this card. I've seen it. I've seen this card. This has something to do with the smuggling ring, I know that.
This card! What is it? What is it, sir? Is that a bird or something on there? It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven, a three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about.
Oh, is this the...
Yes, it is the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood.
Well then.
Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Although we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence. What? Likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts.
That was the fairy from The Legend of Zelda? I don't play The Legend of Zelda. Zelda's the bird, right?
The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media. Mass! Along with this single card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance. Hey, Miss Redworth, look, something's written on the back. What? Let me see. It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office.
That's interesting, because I could have sworn that card had something to do with the smuggling ring thing.
The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago.
Is Case to a flashback?
The end, Bo. A brand new episode has been added. Dick Gumshoe. I'm gonna save.
Ah yes, Miles Letchworth, a really shitty week.
I had a horrible time on the plane here.
So Turnabout Airlines is a... Save state. Turnabout Airlines is a flashback case, that makes sense. Oh, who's this? Who is this? Should we continue? 2 hours 36 minutes. My throat feels a little bit fucked. I guess we could take a quick break, but... I don't know. We might leave this as one stream. Sure, why not? We'll leave this as one stream. If you thought it's right, you get a bit here, yeah. Now we can officially... Ugh! Since he died, he's now dead. He's dead now? Yep, you know it. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Let me put Line Coldly back on. Alright, that is going to do it for today's stream. That was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a really good case. Like, I think that was better than, like, Reunion and Turnabout. That's the first case I can think of that I'm like, yeah, this is better. I really, really enjoyed that case, even though it's a great first case. It really is. Felt really fun. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it today. I don't know when the next time I can stream is, but I think it's the 3rd of September, or the 4th. Sometime in a few days. So we'll be back very soon, with some new susses and some new... Wait, Franziska was on the... So is Franziska in this case? I really hope so. But yeah, I'm gonna raid, because I just noticed that Bear is online. He is streaming. I haven't been in Bear stream in such a while, it feels like. We're gonna raid. I know it's a very rare thing, but I wonder. Astro, stop treating me like a dumbass. Captain
Falcon. I just like doing this voice because it sounds like Gumshoe.
You're raiding insane. I know, right? / raid Captain Bear mode. So we're gonna raid. It's a very rare thing, but we are going to raid. Alright, I hope that everyone had a fantastic time during the stream. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their time, in which by that I mean life. Have a good life, I guess. And yeah, that is going to do it for today's stream. I hope that everyone has enjoyed, and we'll be coming back very soon. I'm really enjoying this game so far. I have high hopes, even though everyone says that it's not the best game. Bye!